Hey, what's going on guys? John here. Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you guys my first camera, which was the Sanyo VPC CG10. So, we all have our first cameras when we're just getting started in the film industry, and I wanted to unbox my first camera to show you guys what's inside, what did I learn in my first few experiences with a camcorder, and the takeaways from this camera. So when I got my first camera, it was actually a gift, and I was in high school as a junior. I actually had a senior that was in a video program, and he was upgrading his camera. He was nice enough to give me his old camera instead of throwing away or donating it to like Goodwill or something. So I received the camera and I started messing with it, and I learned a lot, having that camera. I learned a lot about story, filmmaking, different camera angles. Since this is a smaller camcorder, I was able to position the camera in a lot of different areas and really start creatively thinking about different compositions and camera angles. I made films, homemade videos. I went to the zoo and took photos and videos of the animals. And I had a really fun time with this camera growing up. So let's see what's inside. So if we look in here, the first things we have are the cables. It's just a standard AV cable, and this plugs into the bottom of the camera. So no HDMI, we're not at that technology level yet. Then you got the battery. So pretty standard. It's a smaller battery, so you can kind of see it's pretty small. Got the ever important manual. And then the camera itself. So here it is, guys. This was my first camera.
Store to the internal memory. Please set the date.
So I don't have a SD card plugged in here, but you can record to internal memory or you can record to a SD card. So if you look at the ports, the power on is on the side. The SD card is down here. This kind of flips up. You can put it in there. And on the bottom is the AV connector and then a tripod mount. So very important, you can actually put a tripod on this. And then if we look on the side, this is where the battery is. It's just a small lithium battery. If you look in the back, it's a pretty complicated. It's a pretty simple layout. You got photo, take a photo, zoom in and out, which is interesting because it has a digital zoom, which we all know we love to use. So, and then there's that, and then there's the record video. There's just a play button, and then basically like a dial set and with arrows, and then a menu button. So it's pretty basic. So if we look inside the menu here, we can see it records at a staggering 1280 by 720, which is high definition. It's not full high definition, but nonetheless, it's normal definition. What is very interesting about this camera is it can record at standard definition at 60 frames a second, which I don't know any cameras that can do that anymore. So that's a uniqueness about this camera. So that's pretty much the highlight of this camera. And that's why I got excited when I first got this camera, is because you can do slow motion. So I really experimented a lot with slow motion, slowing it down, and I think I was using Premiere Elements at the time. An exciting moment, when you're first learning about cameras. If you look through the menu here, you can see a few different options. It has face tracking, image stabilization, face chaser. Not bad for the age of the camera. You get a few options here to choose from. So what's my takeaway about this? It was a great camera when I first got it. I learned a lot of the basics about camera, how to use it, how to take photos, video, of a simple point and shoot type of camera. Then I graduated to DSLRs, where I learned, okay, there's lenses, you attach them, disconnect them. So, it was a great starter camera. And obviously it's out of date, as you can see from the specs, but I always keep it with me. You never know when I might need it or want it. Maybe I can show my grandkids this camera. They think I'm cool, but nonetheless, I'll keep it. So I want to hear from you. What was your first camera growing up, either as a kid or entering into the industry? Leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It's kind of entertaining looking back in time and seeing the old equipment, but I hope you got a kick out of this. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.